When you have made all of your recordings, you would present them in a table. So in your book, you can see a table, page 371, and you get your table. When you have finished doing the table, what you're supposed to do is draw a graph. And the only graph that's available in the book is the graph on page 373, this graph here. This graph has come up in a question once before, and you need to be able to understand what's happening in the graph. So let's just have a little look at my own version of the graph here so that I can explain what's happening. You need to know the effect of different concentrations of IAA solution on roots and on shoots. This is 10 to the minus 6. This is very, 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 very dilute IAA. This is 10 to the power of 1, and this is 10 to the power of 3. Okay, so we're getting more concentrated as we go this way, less concentrated as we go this way. This is in comparison to the control. Percentage inhibition, and you would see a formula in your book, and you would use your formula to calculate percentage inhibition. So that means what effect the IAA had to stop the growth of your roots. And percentage stimulation, that means the IAA concentrated encouraged growth of either roots or shoots. So that is all you really need to do, but they could ask you questions on this. So looking at it here, low concentrations, these are very low concentrations of IAA increase root growth. Now, I think low, well, the roots are down low. That's how I will remember that one. My roots are down low, so low concentration encourages root growth. Low concentration, looking at the green line, low concentration had no effect on shoot growth. So basically, shoot growth was the same as the control. However, higher concentrations of IAA did increase or stimulate shoot growth up to a certain concentration, where if it was too high, 10 to the power of 3, will actually stop the shoots from growing. So 10 to the power of 3 stops shoots from growing and also stops roots from growing. Now, it's a little bit complicated and it's hard to understand it. It's just that different concentrations of IAA, and this is the critical part to remember, different concentrations of IAA will have different effects on roots and on shoots. If you can remember, low concentrations stimulates roots, higher concentrations stimulate shoots, shoots go up high. Very high concentrations stops root and shoot growth. And that should be it. Tie-in question that they could ask you. IAA, if you can remember the commercial uses of plant growth regulators, IAA is sometimes used as a weed killer if it's a very high concentration. So if it's a very high concentration, look, it's inhibiting growth, and that would sort of tie into that. So high concentrations of IAA acts as a weed killer and will stop the growth. Okay, best of luck. Thank you, girls.